So check it out, guys. We are at CES 2024, checking out LG's latest. This is their new LG Signature OLED T wireless 4K transparent TV. And if you can tell by the T, this thing is completely transparent. Now, LG's got a ton of tech in their booth that I personally have never seen before, so we've got a lot to cover. All right, you guys, so check it out. Behind me, we have a world's first. This is LG's Signature OLED wireless 4K transparent TV, and it's absolutely insane. Like, what's up? Now, this is 77 inches here, and it is completely wireless. As you can see, there are no wires connecting it. And look, you guys, you see up here, it has this contrast screen that goes up to the top. So if you want to have that standard OLED experience, you can go ahead and, bring that up at any point. So you're getting LG's full OLED experience here with no compromises. Now, one of my favorite things about this TV is when you have that always on display active, and it can do things like greet you, give you information about your day. So if this is like in the center of your home or something and you're just walking by, you can see cool things like the weather and the different animations for that. It adds a bit of functionality that you wouldn't get typically from like your regular TV just being off. That always on display can be super useful. The OLED T also has this cool section called the T-bar, where you can get news updates or even the weather. So it's like a little notification bar that makes use of this little black box that you got at the bottom of it. Now, as you can see, it's part of this larger structure. It's meant to be like this modular kind of design. And like, look over here. This is a perfect example of being able to have it in your home without it being a nuisance. So this is like a piece of art, which would be great for me in my home. This is 77 inches, and I think this would be the only way to get a really large display into like my living room, because my wife, Ari, she hates having this big TV that turns into this giant black box when you're not watching it. But with this, when we aren't watching it, you can have like cool artwork working in the back while you're not actually using it. I feel like this would bridge the gap in a small aspect of my marriage. LG's got the answers. I need one. So this is a zero connect box, so you don't have to worry about wires. If you're plugging things into it, maybe a gaming console or something, you can have that off to the side and still have access to all your HDMI ports and that kind of stuff. Running at 4K 120 hertz. So of course the new OLED T, as well as a lot of other cool things we're going to be seeing today, are powered by WebOS. And this is actually the 10th anniversary of WebOS. I love WebOS myself, I'm not gonna lie. That cursor is everything, I don't care what anybody says. But WebOS has over 3,500 channels in 28 countries and over 3,500 ads from all kinds of partners in the LG content store. So I'm talking all of the big ones like Apple TV, where you'll be able to watch new shows like Masters of Air, Disney Plus, where you'll be able to watch The Little Mermaid, Prime Video with the newest Lord of the Rings, and even Star Trek Discovery on Paramount Plus. Now imagine WebOS on 145 OLED panels, all from one image. You get this beauty. Now, WebOS and the OLED T series being able to do all of this is possible thanks to this guy over here. Now, obviously, this display is awesome, and I want it in my house, but LG's got another display that's worth looking at. Come check it out. So, over here, you guys, we have the LG MyView Smart Monitor. Basically, this is a 31.5-inch display with 4K resolution. But it's not just your typical monitor. With this, you get access to LG's WebOS built into the monitor. So instead of only being able to display the things that you have plugged into it, you'll be able to use the WebOS to open up a bunch of applications, play content, pretty much treat it like a regular TV. But what's sick about this is that it also has a built-in 1080p webcam right on the top, and it has a shutter so that you can open it up. And if you want, you can just completely remove it so you don't need to have the webcam up there at all. Now, of course, since you can treat this thing basically like a TV, it also comes with a remote. So you can turn it off go to different apps, control everything right from here, including the volume. And this, of course, also has built-in speakers. So what we're looking at right here is the world's lightest 16-inch 2-in-1. You can go ahead, use it like your typical laptop. Now, this has an OLED display, which is awesome. It has LG's OLED here. And we'll throw up some specs so you can see what this guy is working with. But what's nice here is now there's an additional pen that you can mount right onto the sides with magnets. So if you want to go ahead and use this in like a tablet mode, and so you can draw, or maybe even the 2-in-1 mode so you can draw, you now have that option as well. Okay guys, so check it out. What we've got behind us right now is the LG Lab section. And this is where LG just goes nuts. They experiment on a few things and try to see what innovations they can bring to the regular folks. And they've got a lot for us to check out. So what we've got behind us is one of the wildest things that I've seen here so far. This is the LG Bon Voyage. And this is basically a trailer, camper, whatever you want to call it. But this is something that you can, grab on the road with you if you want to go on a camping trip. And it gives you all these amenities that you just don't usually find when you're going camping. So right here at this door, you can see it has a built-in screen, kind of let you know the temperature, see what kind of weather conditions are going to be coming up. And it's got all of this LG technology built into it. So all of these different things that LG is really good at, they went ahead and crammed it into here to give you the overall best experience. But what's really wild is on the inside. So when you just take a step up, you get access in here, and there's a lot of cool stuff in here. So you get like a nice sink over here, as well as like some of LG's nicest faucets. There's like touch controls over here. But what's really cool is once you jump in here, you can actually slide this open. You get access to a full-blown shower, toilet, everything you need. So check this out. Right here, we have an area to sanitize your shoes. So let's say you're going out camping, you just finished your hike, whatever. So you just throw them inside of here, let this completely sanitize it so that it's nice and clean and ready for your next hike, journey, whatever it may be. And in this little section right here, you guys can see you can store some like extra drinks. I think they've got some butter over there. So if you want to have some like, small groceries that you want to keep cool or drinks you want to keep cool, you have it slotted in right here. But just like what we saw with the pop-out like fridge area, you've got a pop-out kitchen over here. So in this section, it's wild. You've got your electric stove over here. So if you want to boil some water, maybe cook up some food, you can do that. Have yourself a little picnic. Access to all of your utensils right here at the bottom. But what's even crazier is if you want to get really sophisticated, you can have yourself some wine, have some drinks, chill on the back seat, and you've got a full-blown bed in there. It looks super comfy. They won't let me in and try it out, but it's fine. I don't want to break anything. But it looks super comfortable. And I don't know if you notice it back there, you guys, but it also has the styler so that you can make sure your clothing stays intact so you look good while you're out in the wilderness camping. You gotta do it in style, right? But I'm telling you, this is my kind of setup if I ever go camping. They call it glamping, right? Yes. I'm okay with that. I'm a glamping kind of guy. Listen, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm a city boy. Camping's not really in my DNA. But with this setup, I'd consider it. I mean, come on. They've got a built-in screen over here if you want to chill and have some fire going, I'm all for this life. So speaking of being on the go, let me introduce you guys to this little guy over here. This is the LG Cinebeam Cube. And the Cinebeam Cube is a laser 4K projector up to 120 inches, which is huge. Typically, these small portable projectors don't keep that 4K resolution when they're hitting huge numbers like 120 inches. And this little guy can do it. And if you couldn't tell why it's called the Cube, well, that should be pretty obvious, actually. This has auto screen adjustment. So even if you turn it, it'll see where it is positioned on the screen and automatically adjust instantly. You guys saw it for yourself. That thing just moved left and right, and it's getting it perfectly centered without you having to touch any settings. when you're on the go and you just want to start watching, that's a big deal. So you can see when it turns, when it positions up, wherever it may go, it makes sure that the screen looks great no matter what position this thing is in. You don't even really have to wait for it. It just does it. It's amazing. So this is great. It's super portable. As you guys can see with the handle, you can move it around, just carry it wherever you need to go. This thing weighs like nothing. And it's just a nice, easy way to enjoy some content wherever you want to go. And what's nice about this is that this is not just a concept, it's not just an experiment here in the labs. This is going to be coming out. So if you guys want to learn more about it, I'll have links down below in the description so you guys can learn more and potentially pick one up. Now, speaking of screens now, here we have the Stand By Me Go. Now, you guys might have seen this already, but basically it's a TV that turns into a briefcase. So if you want to travel around with a television, but you don't want to walk around with an actual television, you pretty much got one here that you can take anywhere and it doesn't look like a TV. So it's like inconspicuous. It's 27 inches. It obviously runs web OS as well. So you have access to like apps and all kinds of shows. And it also comes with the remote that you can store right here. So if you want to control anything, it's a legitimate TV, you can do that. Now this is the Stand By Me Go, but there's another version of this. So this guy over here, this is the Stand By Me. So the other one was the Stand By Me Go. This is just a standard Stand By Me, and it can go too, because this is a movable display. You can actually unplug it and put it in areas, different areas of your house. Now, I really like this. You still got that 27-inch display over here, but as you can see, it can be vertical, you can have it horizontal, you can adjust it to fit whatever needs you might have. You got a built-in speaker over here that looks really dope with the LED light, but it'll give you pretty good sound. And I like the idea of having something like this. It would be great for shooting short-form content. Like, I'm thinking as a content creator over here, plugging in my phone or whatever camera we're using and being able to see myself in portrait mode. Dumb, why am I selling myself on all of the things here? Are these available right now? Yeah. Okay, so they're available. I'm sold. We're getting one of these, Dom. We gotta do it. Now this one wasn't on my bingo card, but this is the Duobo by LG, and take a guess. What do you think this is? This might give it away, but it's a coffee maker. So it's a coffee maker made to look like a spaceship. I think that's pretty cool and unique, but this is a coffee maker like we've never seen before. So this is a coffee maker. It can hold up to 2 capsules and it can blend that together. So with this, you get a bunch of controls for like the temperature, the brew volume, app support. But one thing you probably weren't expecting was this over here, and that is a 10-inch full HD display. So you can pull up like different coffee recipes, as well as just have like a really cool background for your spaceship coffee machine. I would actually love to have this in the studio. Dom, do you drink coffee? Every day? Come on now. You gotta do it in style. This also isn't just an experiment. This is actually coming out, and of course we'll have links down below so you can learn more about availability. But this is nuts. Now check this one out, you guys. This is the LG Duke Box. So basically this is like a really sick music player. It's using LG's OLED T display. So as you can see, you can watch normal content on here as well. But the main functionality is to just, play music, give you a nice chill vibe. I mean, look at this. You got a little fireplace going. You got your vacuum tubes on the inside, so you get that full musical experience. This can also be used as like an amp if you need to. So what's cool here is when you're playing your music, you can see information about the actual music you're playing. It shows it in this cool style. This is like home of the future kind of stuff. I like this. It's super classy. And it also has these 2 speakers up top. And as you can see, it can completely go away and get recessed inside of the body of it. But when it pops up, it'll give you that elevated sound, gives you a bit more fullness, and you get that full spatial sound. Huh?
I hope this one comes out. So
this one's a concept. I want this to be real. This would be super nice in the house. Whoo, look at the back though, Dom. The back looks so good. Now, we just covered a ton of different tech over here, but there's just a whole nother side that I haven't even touched on, but I know who did. Check it out. So my guy over here, Zach. What's going on, Zach?
You know.
So Zach's been covering all the other things that I didn't even get a chance to touch on. So if you want to see it, head on over to his video. He's got the details for a lot of things I want in my house. So go check his video out. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Zach.
See you later.
Later.